Pussy just doesn't taste the same anymore. Anyways, back to the video. So, you guys want to know my relationship with vaping? Well, it started in 2022 when I started smoking cigarettes. Specifically, spliffs, where you mix the tobacco and the weed. And dude, that makes your head spin. It's pretty crazy. But I probably won't try just because, like, I won't try it again just because I get a bad reaction to weed now. So yeah, it started with me smoking cigarettes. I mean, I first smoked a cigarette when I was like 13. But I started smoking cigarettes because my dad just had like a bunch and gave me some in 2022, and it was fun because I could smoke them inside. But it all starts in 2023 when my brother gave me a vape because cigarettes smell and taste so bad, and he didn't want me to get in trouble at my aunt's for the terrible smell, which was pretty thoughtful of him, honestly. And it was the right choice, honestly, because I enjoy vaping, like now, like these days. I've been smoking for a year now. But cigarettes, they just taste and smell so bad. So yeah, I could see why he didn't want me to get in trouble. He gave me a Nord 4, which I kept until I was homeless, where I gave it back to him to quit vaping. It didn't help me one bit when I quit, but some guy at the shelter kept begging for it after I already gave it back to my brother. Like, he was like genuinely begging for it. He wouldn't stop talking about it. Like, I talked to him, he doesn't even look me in the eyes and just asks about the vape. Honestly, that guy was a piece of shit, but like, what do you expect with homeless people my age? They're probably not all bad, but the ones I met are pretty bad, you know. I responded to the guy with the most perfect politeness I've ever done. Like, ever. And even the stalking workers took note of that. And I don't know if it was in my head or not, but like, they said like something like, that's playground politeness. Like, that's how polite it was. Like, I don't know if I was hallucinating or not, because that was right after when I hallucinated thinking my friend was gonna beat me up. But it's still, I don't know if that's true or not, because he was kind of a piece of shit. I don't know if he would beat me up or not. Honestly, I'm not surprised. And my mom didn't believe it one bit, so... And his ex-girlfriend said that he never, like, talked about that ever. So I don't know if it's true or not, but, like, the past, like, few weeks, I've been sticking to my gut. Like, maybe he was going to beat me up, and my worry was warranted, you know? Because I was genuinely worried. But at that time, I've been hearing horrible stuff from the workers, and I don't know if they actually said that or not. Like, horrible stuff. Like, I remember I almost got beat up, and once the group of people left, the guy working in the kitchen said, "Lucky guy," in a snarky way. And I don't know if everyone said all those things or not, but I quickly realized the darker into the night, the worst in people come out more. You know, like, the darker the world is, the more horrible people are gonna be, the darker it is in the night. And that sounds kind of deep. I'm not trying to sound like someone trying to be deep or not, but that's just something, like, I realized. I don't know if it's true or not, because, like, I haven't, like, you know, tested it out. But that's some sort of realization I had when I was in the hospital. Because, like, I remember nurses laughing at me or making fun of me when I was admitted to the hospital while on acid. And I don't know if it happened or not. Because, like, when I was in the psych ward, I talked to the psychiatrist about that. And he thought I had schizophrenia or something. Like, the nurses would never laugh at me, apparently. But after quitting, I quickly picked up vaping. I quit for probably, like, 2 weeks. Now I had a black leather Nord 4 vape. Same model as the last, but it's black and leather. And taking breaks to vape outside became a routine of mine when I started living at my aunt's, because I was only allowed to vape. I was only allowed to vape outside, but when I was at the trap, I was allowed to vape inside the trap, which is pretty awesome, but I'm not allowed at my aunt's house. Eventually, I bought a Nord 5 and 3DS off my brother, and it was the last thing I ever bought from him. He always, like, used me for money. Like, he would just beg me for money. Every time I talked to him, it was just about money. Like, he's honestly, like, a broke piece of shit. Like, we're both on disability. If you don't have money, why makes you think I have money? You fucking dickhead. It doesn't help that he's always a fucking asshole about it too. Like, he was like, give me money and I will put in the good word for you. Like, good word for what? Like, oh my god. And like, at that time I was panicking like a lot, like about like what my aunt and family thought of me. Which it turned out not to be true, what I thought they thought of me. But I was like really panicking about it about that time, and my brother tried taking advantage of that by saying, I'll put in the good word for you. I think that's what it was about, honestly. But yeah, that was a really bad time. Like, I was thinking like my family thought horrible stuff of me, but that was like psychosis, like the worst psychosis I ever been through. And it lasted for probably like a few months. Like, I still get like paranoid about it sometimes, but not anymore, you know. But anyways, now I'm finding certain brands in Canada, like Lemon Drop, burning my coils after a day. Like, after a single day. It doesn't help that they're good flavors too, so I just can't smoke them anymore. So burning a coil means the coil in the vape burns, and the vape tastes like technology, rendering it useless unless I replace the coil. In which I was replacing the coil every day when I had the Lemon Drop brand vape juice. Like, it sucks because their flavors are really good. So far, my favorite vape juices I have been using that don't burn the coil are Blue Raspberry, Coca-Cola, and Root Beer. My usual now is probably Coca-Cola and Root Beer, just because it doesn't burn the coil, but I would love to have the Blue Raspberry, but that one would burn my coil, sadly. It either burns my coils and it tastes really good, or it doesn't burn my coil and tastes like fucking soap, you know? Nowadays, I take 5 hits of my vape around every hour, and then I head back inside. So yeah, that's my relationship with vaping, in case anyone was wondering for some reason. I'm just kind of like a little passionate about it. Like, you know, I like talking about myself. I enjoy it quite a bit. So I think this is a part of me that like I like talking about. So yeah.